there are 1 million as coin. The idea, one ledger pocket. We live on the top of Everest here. So you can come and take if you can.
The cryptocurrency hysteria reaching ridiculous peaks, quite literally, as you can see in that video. This after a promotional Bitcoin stunt was carried out by 4 Ukrainian crypto enthusiasts. So what they did was they summited Mount Everest carrying 2 smart cards loaded with 1 million tokens of the company's yet-to-be-released cryptocurrency. But the cryptocurrency stunt went awry after the Sherpa that guided the 4 climbers at a certain point went missing near the peak summit in mid-May. The Sherpa is currently presumed dead. We have reached out to the sponsor of the expedition, Ukrainian social network Ask FM, which is planning to raise money through an initial coin offering to see if they could provide us with any update. Their response to Countdown just moments ago, quote, "As a sponsor of the expedition, we are saddened and horrified by this tragic event." So this thing has a whole bunch of issues. Claimant Countdown viewers, all of you, anybody out there might be stupid enough to take the challenge to summit the highest peak in the world for a slice of crypto to try and find what they buried. Is this just getting way out of hand, and does it hurt the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency growth and brand? Let's bring in 2 cryptocurrency experts. CoinDesk Director of Research Nolan Bauerle is with us, and we're waiting on Ryan Taylor of DashPay in just a minute. But let me just start with you, Nolan. Give me your thoughts when you see what happened here. And, of course, our sympathies go to the family of the Sherpa who is still missing.
Yeah, certainly. It's a tragic turn of events, no doubt about it. What we're seeing right now with all of this hysteria around these ICOs and the early stage fundraising, that the market is getting quite saturated and people are really trying to stand out. A few years ago, merely having the technical expertise to launch an ICO was enough to get attention. The market was nowhere near as saturated as it is now. But this is definitely people trying to get out there and get their product out there and their project out there.
Okay, Coinbase, you guys are on a roll, I must say. Now, while I guess
CoinDesk.
I'm sorry, CoinDesk. CoinDesk has done incredibly well. You're the world's largest coin exchange when it comes to cryptocurrencies by volume. So you've been growing and growing. Not as hot as in December when Bitcoin was at something like 19,000. We are higher today, but we are well off those highs for Bitcoin. The markets themselves, as we watch all of this, Bitcoin at 7,500. Tell me how things are working in your world, because it is still very malleable. It's almost like the formation of planet Earth in a way when it comes to this. Things are still soft and exploding and volcanic, and who knows what's going to happen. How do you feel about what's happening in your world?
So I think a lot of that price bump that we saw up into December was definitely based on speculation. People's eyes had been open to the potential of this new asset class, and there was a bit of fear of missing out, and it really pushed prices up. As well, we had the forks that really induced a lot of new, let's say, liquidity into the market. But what's really drawn back is there's now finally a way to bet against it so that the speculation can be shorted. And that had a major effect in the past few months. From our perspective, there's a lot of good in that.
Sure.
The price coming down and having this ability to do that shows that it can't just be speculation that brings this thing forward. What brings this thing forward is Facebook and all of these terrible things that are being done with people's identification. What brings this thing forward is Bitcoin being used as a crisis currency in Venezuela and other places. It's not just about speculation making a few people rich. If Bitcoin does manage to get to the point that a lot of people believe it can, where it's worth a tremendous fortune per coin, it has nothing to do with the actual speculation that gets it there. The fundamentals will be there.
Yeah.
A lot of amazing things will have happened because of Bitcoin to bring it up there.
Gotcha.
So everyone involved in the industry is really interested in those amazing things happening.
Ryan Taylor is with DashCore. He's the CEO. You've got a cryptocurrency, Ryan, and you know we've seen this Everest Summit video, which looks very exciting, but It almost seems ridiculous. They buried 1 million coins that have yet to even have any value. It just seems gimmicky, and I don't know how you feel about it as somebody who's got your own cryptocurrency.
Yeah, well, I think that the publicity stunt, structured the way that it is endangering people's lives. And I think that is an act of stupidity. Any company that would put forward a promotion that endangers their customers, I think, just speaks to the lack of business maturity that is inherent in an industry this young. And I think that it really does a discredit to all of the other projects in the space that are doing really amazing things. We work really hard to put forward a professional product and a professional business, and to have something like this happen, just making headlines, it doesn't do the rest of the industry any favors.